station. This is Jules Grandcier from ESA-PEO at the European Astronaut Center. How do you hear me?
I hear you loud and clear. Cologne, this is the International Space Station. Have a good day.
And let's start with the Q&A.
Hallo Alexander Gerst, Hildegard Wirth vom ZDF. Schön, Sie zu sehen.
It's nice to see you up there. This is Hildegard Wirth from the ZDF. I'm really grateful that you're taking half an hour of your time to talk to us. And it's nice for us to see you in space like this.
Ja, das ist interessant. Das hat sich sehr gewandelt. So die ersten Male, als ich rausgeschaut habe,
it's changed. The first times I looked out,
am Anflug habe ich schon Neuseeland gesehen.
And I immediately saw New Zealand, Bolivia, Chile.
Wie schön die Erde ist.
And you immediately see how beautiful the Earth is.
Kontinente auf einmal. Das ist
You see a whole continent at once, and that's amazing.
Mehr und mehr aufgefallen,
And I've noticed more and more
zerbrechlich tatsächlich dieser Planet ist.
how fragile this planet is.
Die Atmosphäre so dünn ist.
The atmosphere is so thin when you see it from the side. It's just a little veil of fog over it. It makes you aware of it.
Dem tödlichen Weltraum.
There's very little to separate humanity except a very thin layer of air between humanity and the dangerous space out there.
Hallo Herr Gerst,
Hello, Herr Gerst.
von der
Kirsten Ulf
Viel Glück für die Mission.
from the Tagesschau. Good luck on your mission.
Irdischen Ereignissen.
You're far away from all earthly events. Are you still interested in political events? And how do you inform yourself about news in space?
Hallo Frau Rolf. Ja,
Hello,
tatsächlich habe
Mrs.
ich
Wolf.
genau eine Stunde
Just exactly an hour ago,
Fahrrad gehabt,
when I was on my exercise bike,
tatsächlich über
and
meine Crew-Webpage die Tagesthemen
I looked over on my crew webpage for the daily events. It's a little bit delayed, but I'm pretty well informed, I have to say. It's a lot easier nowadays than it used to be.
Hallo Herr Gerst, hier ist
Hello,
Eckmann von der
Baron
RTL.
Ekman, RTL.
Meine Frage
It's nice to see you. My question is,
persönlich die Schwerelosigkeit. Sie haben
how
viel darüber
do you
gehört,
personally experience weightlessness? How is it for you specifically in person? How do you feel when you have no gravity?
Ja, viele Dinge werden sehr viel einfacher.
Many things are a lot easier, but on the other hand, a lot become much more difficult.
Die Sachen bewegen kann, die 200 Kilogramm.
Yeah, you can lift things that are 200 kilograms, and you can push them with your little finger. You can move effortlessly.
Dinge, die sehr viel schwerer sind. Zum
But
Beispiel
other things are much more difficult, such as
den muss ich jetzt aus so einem
I have to drink my afternoon cappuccino out of this bag here.
Und es gibt zum Beispiel Dinge, die fast unmöglich sind zu tun.
There's some things that are almost impossible. If you have to sort different pieces of something, they all come out of the bag at once and start floating away.
Neue Logistik eingewöhnt.
You have to get used to the new logistics. Everything is three-dimensional. It's not just lying on the ground. And your first impulse is to look for what you lost on the ground, but it could be floating right above you. You just lose things. That's one of the first things I noticed in the beginning.
Hallo Herr Gerst,
Hello.
von Sat.1.
Michael Schinkel from Sat.1.
Dom von oben schon gesehen haben.
Have you seen the Cologne Cathedral?
Von oben aus. Kann man das überhaupt erkennen so?
Can you even recognize it from up there?
Ja, im Moment
At the moment,
befinden wir uns auf einer Umlaufbahn,
we're in an orbit
die sonnensynchron ist und
which is
leider so ein bisschen
synchronized with the sun, and we're a little bit on the
Nordhalbkugel der Erde. Das heißt,
we're in the
jedes Mal,
northern
wenn wir über die
hemisphere.
Nordhalbkugel fliegen, ist es da dunkel. Das heißt,
Yes, when we've-
Nordrhein-Westfalen und den Kölner Dom habe ich bisher noch nicht
I have not seen North Rhine-Westphalia
Lichter sehen können, weil wir gerade
or
im sonnensynchronen
the
Orbit,
cathedral
fast immer im Hellen sind. Das ist gut, weil man uns von unten gut sehen kann, weil wir
when we're in
Oben ist man geblendet während der Zeit.
when we're synchronized with the sun, then it's we see a lot of lights, but we're also blinded by the sun.
Vermissen muss und habe den hier bei mir im Columbus Labor, damit
I've,
ich ab und zu mal einen Blick drauf werfen kann.
I have a replica so that I'll be able to take a look at it every now and then. Richter from the DPR. My colleagues from the children's news would like to know which planet you would like to visit and why.
Ja, ich würde, glaube ich, auf jeden Planeten mal gerne.
I'd really like to go to any planet, and the reason is because I'm curious. But I'm hoping that even during my lifetime, that humans will achieve a landing on Mars, and not just for curiosity, but for many other reasons as well. There are many reasons why it would help us on Earth, and it would tell us something about climate change, and to find out if one day the Earth would look like similar to Mars.
Hallo, ich bin Suraev von Logo. Wir kennen
Okay,
uns ja schon.
I'm Suraev von Logo. We already know each other.
Sondern mit Kollegen aus anderen Ländern und das auf ziemlich engen Raum.
Oh, you're not alone.
Nerven die dich nicht manchmal?
You're not alone, but you're with colleagues from many different countries. And tell me quite honestly, don't they go on your nerves sometimes? And where do you go when you want to be alone? You're right. There are 6 of us here. We've trained together, and we all know each other very well. And we've been together for 2 years. We already know what goes on each other's nerves. Yeah, and if someone needs to be alone, we respect that. Sometimes we disagree, but we talk about it. If you want to be alone, you can go to your own to your sleep cell, and it's about the size of you can close that up. It's about the size of a telephone booth, but otherwise, it's quite comfortable up here.
Hallo, Herr Gerst.
Hello, Herr Gerst. The 18th hour.
Wie träumt man denn in der Schwerelosigkeit?
How do you dream in weightlessness?
Ja, das ist die gute Frage.
That's a very good question. I had already wondered that. The first 2 nights, I don't think I dreamed at all. I was completely shot. After the launch, you have a long day, and you just want to sleep in your sleeping bag. Yeah, and then sometimes you wake up and because you're disoriented and you have no contact with your pillow, and you have to get used to that. The first 2 nights were a little bit, I've had better. But then I woke up, but the last 3 or 4 days, I found myself sleeping like I sleep at home, and I even dream. But unfortunately, I don't my dreams. There was one particular good dream that I wanted to remember, but I just couldn't.
Hallo, Herr Gerst.
Hello, Herr Gerst.
Von NTV. Wir kennen uns auch.
We already know each other.
Bei dem ich ziemlich unkontrolliert durch die Gegend geflogen bin,
We took a flight together as when I flew around in a rather uncontrolled way. But what I would like to know,
Weg von der Erde. Vermissen Sie jetzt schon was oder was?
you've been away from Earth for 6 days. What do you really miss on Earth?
Ja, ich glaube, das erste, was
I think the first thing I miss is
natürlich meine Familie.
okay, my family, first and foremost. That's a completely normal reaction. Yeah, when you're working to prepare for the launch, you're very, very busy and it's very stressed. And you concentrate on the mission and you forget other things, other important things in your life. And when you're up here, you realize you're up here for half a year and you're more into a routine and you start think about other things. And I realized that 6 months away from my family is quite a long time. I thought, well, yes, I'll manage that. And I've been away from my family maybe 2 or 3 months, but 6, yes. Yeah, and you realize that you're going to miss your family. And we have very good ways of communicating. We write emails, we have a video conference once a week. In the lab. You don't really feel very, very far away, but you don't feel close either. It's sure to be something that I miss. Yes, no, there are the other things like eating an apple or go for a walk in the forest. Right now, everything is new and exciting,
eigentlich eine tolle Sache.
It's really a fantastic thing for me right now.
Auch wenn ich mal meine Kollegen höre, das hält auch ein halbes Jahr an.
And according to my colleagues, this kind of feeling lasts for 6 months, but they do say that they look forward to a real shower in the end.
Hallo Herr Gerst, Frank
Hello.
Martel, Radio Köln. Die
Radio Cologne.
Steht an. Wie
The,
klappt das da oben? Haben Sie schon heftig
the
diskutiert? Tippen Sie
soccer
alle, wie das
World
aussehen ab
Cup
nächster
is
Woche?
coming. How's that working up there? Would you be able to watch? We've already sent a request to Control Center that we'd like to watch the matches with USA, Russia, and Germany. We hope that it goes down, is true for the final. We've been joking about it. Okay, we've already joked that we would play a match up here from Columbus to the Japanese to the Russian, and then we have to convince a few people that that's actually a good idea.
Yes. Guten Tag, Herr Gerst. Gries ist mein Name vom
Gries, Deutschlandfunk in Cologne.
Können Sie ein bisschen beschreiben, was Sie heute gemacht haben auf der
Can you tell us a little bit what you did today?
Station, wenn unsere Schalte beendet ist?
And what will you do when this is over, when this interview is over? What are your plans later for today?
Ja, wir haben hier schon einiges tatsächlich erledigt in den letzten
We've already accomplished quite a lot in the last few days. We did some experiments. It's about the human immune system. I took my own blood over here. It's the first time that I actually took my own blood, and that's something, and then in zero gravity, and it's something I had to get used to. These are, of course, experiments that are very important. And then we do ultrasound examinations, and I'm going to do some more later on. It's about the cardiovascular system and arteriosclerosis, and these are things that we can examine well up here. And today, for example, in the Columbus lab, we're looking at the growth of plants. We want to see which plants are more robust, which grow even during climate change. And these are experiments that I'm going to work on today. And then I'm also going to be working on the ARAD equipment where you exercise so that you don't use muscle mass in weightlessness. We work from in the morning, but from 6:30 to 6:30 or 7 to 7. And it passes very quickly, especially when you're new here and you're still learning all new things. The Americans say that it feels like drinking out of a fire hose, and I have to say that I agree with them. It's really fabulous up here.
Hallo, Benjamin Sack von der Bild.
Benjamin Sachs from Bild.
Meine Frage ist, was war jetzt so das Highlight der ersten Woche im All?
What was the highlight of your first week in space?
Enttäuscht.
And what disappointed you a little bit?
Ja, ich würde sagen,
I would say a highlight.
mindestens eins.
I would have a highlight every day. I can't even name them all. The launch was very impressive, not just for the spectators, but for us on board. The first time to see the Earth was just unbelievable, and it was fascinating. And you can see, we have seen the images of our launch.
In der Kapsel installiert hat. Und da sieht man, als wir
we could see,
schauen, da sieht man schon das Staunen in unseren Augen.
and we can see on that video that our eyes are big with amazement. And I hope that that will be available for others soon.
Es geht mir und meinem Kollegen Reid, der auch
Me and my colleague Reid,
öfter mal am Tag, dass wir wirklich plötzlich realisieren.
several times a day, we have to remind ourselves that we're floating, and that you sometimes have your coffee floating in front of you,
Erstaunt einen das immer
and you continue to be amazed.
Nicht langweilig wird.
It's never boring up here.
Hallo Herr Gerst.
Hello, Herr Gerst.
Vom Express. Als wir uns letztes Jahr gesehen hatten, hatten Sie mir erzählt, dass Sie zur Mission
You had told me
unter anderem vom BAP, aber auch vieles
that
andere.
that you took music with you, and including some music by Bach. Have you listened to it already, and did you take any other? I loaded some things on my computer. I have a mini media kit with me, and I have some memory sticks, and I have to load them onto my computer. I've listened to a few things, more electronic music right now, and it's sort of appropriate when you're in this capsule looking down on Earth with listening to that music. It reminds me a little bit of Space Night, and it's I haven't unpacked Bach yet, but that's going to happen sooner or later, I'm sure.
Hallo Gerst, Michael Obermeier, Westdeutscher Rundfunk Hörfunk. Sie haben ja eben schon den Dom gezeigt. Soweit ich weiß, haben Sie auch eine Maus mit hochgenommen.
Showed us the cathedral, and as far as I know, you also took a mouse, and you're going to come back on November 10th. Do you realize that you are going to be like a national relic when you return? It's after such a day. Return to Cologne with my piece of Cologne, and we'll put it back in the cathedral.
Übrigens ist die Maus hier dabei.
The mouse is here. Perhaps you can see it.
Natürlich fachgerecht auch.
Okay, of course we dressed it appropriately so that it yes.
Bei unseren geplanten Weltraumausstiegen mit vor die Tür kommen kann.
I might even take it on my EVA and see if that will work. So we had to dress it appropriately.
Gut angekommen.
It signaled me that it arrived well.
Und freut sich auf den Aufenthalt hier.
And it's looking forward to its time up here.
Stefan Beuting, DERA Wissen. Hallo, Herr Gerst.
Hello, Mr. Gerst. I'd like to ask you a question. I'm allowed to ask you, but I'd like to find out what question you would ask yourself. Did you ask yourself a question up there that you never asked yourself on Earth? I have to think about that one. At the moment, I ask myself questions all day long. How's this machine work? How does that equipment work? There's a lot to learn up here still. But they're the experiments through which I want to discover more. I'm more focused on the experiments and how we can treat diseases on Earth. And we're looking forward to find the answers to a lot of questions, and I find that very exciting. And if I think of anything else, I'll be happy to share that with you.
Jochen Hilgers vom Westdeutschen Rundfunk, das wirkt unglaublich entspannt, was Sie
You seem awfully relaxed.
noch auf Socken. Täuscht das ein bisschen den allgemeinen Eindruck, oder ist es
Is that
eine ganz kurze Frage noch?
is that deceiving, or is that is that deceiving? And who's going to win the World Cup? It's not deceiving. It's really a relaxed atmosphere here, but we do work a lot, but it's in a relaxed atmosphere. But it's important because we're going to be up here for 6 months. It's not. We have to remember that this is not a risk-free environment, and we have to be prepared for any emergency. And we have to be prepared to be awake for 24, 48 hours. So you have to be stress-free. Otherwise, you won't be able to face any emergency. And that's why it's so wonderful to have such a wonderful crew. And we work well together. We just had lunch together, and it's sort of like a family up here. And as for the World Cup, I think the best team will win. I'm sure you can imagine what my heart desires. And this closes the press conference. Thank you very much, Alexander Gerst. We're going to lose the signal in just a few seconds. Thank you to you, and all the best to you, and have a lovely summer day.
Station, this is Houston ACR. That concludes the event. Thank you.